Well, after quite a bit of tinkering, a few things have changed here with the receiver portion on the 30-meter project. So let me show you real quick what is different. The VFO is the same, identical, no changes there. Our digital dial, of course, is the same. So the tuning is all the same as before. A little bit different front end, same mixer, but now I have a variable bandwidth filter installed that's controlled by this control right here. This is the volume control. Here's the audio amplifier, which is pretty much the same. Since this is balanced, feeding it, I put in two FET switches and thought I might use that as a muting circuit just to shut the audio off while still keeping the audio amplifier active. So if I short this to ground, it mutes the receiver. There's a little bit of a delay there. I don't know if that's loud enough. Let me turn up the volume here a bit and tune a station in. So if I mute it, I don't know if I'll end up using that or not, but anyway. This is a much improved version of the receiver. A lot more gain, a lot more sensitivity. Let me show you how the variable bandwidth filter works. This will be a front panel control. You give up a little in terms of insertion loss, but this may turn out to be pretty useful. You can tell the difference between wide and narrow. So I think that's a big improvement. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, it seems like a lot of stations on tonight. Let's just do a quick tune. We'll go down to the bottom of the band here. There's our benchmark digital whatever station down there. I don't know what I did with my little tweaky peeky tool. Oh, here it is. Eventually there'll be three controls on the front panel, one for volume, one for RF gain to prevent overload, and one for the variable bandwidth IF filter. So anyway, let's turn around a bit. Not exactly DX there. But you see how well that variable bandwidth filter works. Wide. And you can get it so narrow that the station has to be really, really strong, because the insertion loss definitely increases as the bandwidth gets narrow. I used a couple of reactor diodes that I had in my junk box, so it could probably be made a little bit better, but good enough for now. Okay, it's good to hear the band supporting some activity here. This is the volume control here, and this is the RF gain, which I had backed off quite a bit, by the way. You might hear in the background a bit of a whine, high-pitched tone. It's always there, and it's not exactly sure where it's coming from, other than it probably a product of a little too much gain everywhere. Anyway, might have to live with that. There's another station on. Somebody's 599. And every once in a while I can hear creeping in some kind of intermod, and that's usually as a result of the RF gain control being too high. But I mean, you know, for junk box parts and kind of a thrown together little design from data sheets and making some good guesses here and there, I think it's a pretty good little receiver. Very stable. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to be this long, but that's where we're at. I'll probably tinker with this some more, because, you know, I got all kinds of time. But eventually I want to integrate this with a little low power transmitter. So I'm going to have to add some switching, and that's why I kind of went with this muting thing here. Those FET switches, where I just shut the audio off to the power, the audio power amplifier when that resistor is grounded. And then when it's not, the receiver comes back on. So I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to shake out. I thought I was going to do it just like my 40 meter transceiver that I did a couple of years ago, but this one's taken a little bit different path, and that's okay. Anyway, keep on tinkering. I'll keep you posted, and see you all later.